Joined here on Coffee with the Crew for the first time this season by Ty Mueller. And Ty, soon to be a member of the University Nebraska Omaha Mavericks. For now, riding out your 18-year-old season, your draft year with the Crusaders, and what's been kind of a bizarre season, of course, but you are ranked in NHL Central Scouting, as I'm sure you're well aware of. So maybe give me an idea right off the bat here of what it's been like playing, knowing that there's some extra eyes on you this season in particular.
Yeah, just definitely adds some sort of level of motivation, I guess, just knowing that people are watching you and you have to be your best every game. Even though we're not really playing for anything this year, and it's not a huge deal if we win or lose. It still makes me want to play my best every game and help the team to do whatever we can to win.
Being the top line centerman on this team, knowing that you're sort of forced to motivate yourselves, how have you found being maybe more of a leader in the room, given that it is definitely a younger team than we've seen in Sherwood Park in the past couple of seasons?
Yeah, it's been not bad for myself personally. I think I've done a lot better job from past years leading, and I think it does just make it a little easier when we have a younger team, and it's easier just to talk to the guys because I went through that last year, and I know exactly what these guys are going through now, so it makes it a lot easier.
Playing a lot with Tanner Finkarek and actually a lot more with Liam Hughes now. What can you tell me about how you've enjoyed playing with those line mates?
Yeah, it's been great. They're both good. He's really skilled, and even though it's his first year, I think he's got a lot of potential and a lot of room to grow here. So I'm looking forward to his career. And Finney's always been pretty good. He works hard. He get the job done, and it's been fun playing with him.
How have things gone there as far as the transition to general manager Adam Mana instead of having Kyle Chase there? I know it's probably not tremendously different day to day, but not something that you guys experience often mid-season. So just as far as the vibe in the room goes and how you guys are feeling off of that 8-game series against Bonnyville.
Yeah, I know it hasn't had too much of an impact. It's been good. Like we're gonna miss Chaser. He's a good guy, and coming off the 8-game series, we finished 6-2, I think. So that was pretty good. I'm happy with the squad, and yeah, looking forward to these next few games and getting a different team.
Yeah, how was that for you guys? I mean, that's longer than any playoff series you would have been in, 8 consecutive games and hard fought games. A lot of them were closely contested and physical and that sort of thing. So, especially coming off the 3-3, I imagine you guys are more than ready for a new opponent.
Yeah, for sure. Playing a team 8 times in a row definitely isn't ideal, but it was like a playoff series. I guess they played us hard. We had to come every night and bring our best, and they definitely played a physical game too. And we can feel that after these games on the weekend.
One thing that we're seeing a lot of right now is career first, whether it's first stage AHL goal. We'll be hearing from Brett Ursulak in a few minutes here. Evan Arnold accomplishing the same feat. Kevin Bannock, who's been around here a couple of times, a couple of seasons anyway, he's got on the board for the first time. So it's got to be a nice lift in the room seeing so much, just so many cool accomplishments, I suppose, along the way here, even if it's not necessarily you specifically racking them up anymore.
Yeah, it's been good. I think Coach Savage has done a great job bringing in the young guys these last couple seasons, and it's been good to see them finally start getting a couple and getting their groove in the league. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they develop.
And last one for you as this season progresses, whatever the next few weeks may look like. I know that it'll be a little easier on you in terms of not having to play the exact same team over and over again in this next cohort. There will be Camrose and Fort McMurray as well. But for you personally, with your own goals ahead of the NHL draft, what kinds of things are you focusing on over the next several games moving forward?
Just to keep producing and bringing my best game every game. I know there's going to be people watching pretty much every game, so I got to make sure I'm on my A game and preparing properly and make sure I'm ready to bring my best.
Joined now by Brett Ursulak on Coffee with the Crew. And Brett, you have joined the rankings of your teammates, many of them scoring their first Alberta Junior Hockey League goals or points. You accomplished that in the final game against Bonnyville in that cohort series on a howitzer, might I add, from the blue line. Why don't you walk me through it?
Well, I was just kind of keeping the puck in. Husey kind of popped it back to me, and there's a couple guys on me, and I saw the lane and just let it rip. And happened to go up short side on the goalie, and it was really nice to get that first one out of the way. That's for sure.
You weren't thinking tip on that shot. That was clean
No.
into the top right corner, right?
Oh yeah, top left actually.
Yes, your top left. Yeah, over the goalies. Anyway, so that was a part of what ended up being the shootout victory for you guys. 8 games in a row against Bonnyville. What was that like for you, just seeing the same opponent over and over again?
Um, like it wasn't bad. It kind of gives you a look into playoffs, kind of how that would be playing the same team over and over, but definitely not ideal, not fun playing the same squad 8 times. And like it wasn't bad. It was physical. We had some good battles, definitely some great games, good hockey, but overall it went well, I think.
A glimpse into the playoffs for sure. And we noticed the physicality as well. Now, coming off of the 3 games in 3 nights, how's the body feeling today?
Pretty beat up. Obviously 3 games, 3 nights. That's not an easy thing for anyone. So definitely going to be stretching a bit today and taking care of that body. That's for sure.
When is the last time that you would have experienced something like that? Like maybe a tournament in minor hockey or something along those lines?
I think for myself, I think the max last year, I think we had 3-3. So that was probably the last time I've had to deal with a situation like that.
Gotcha. Part of that team would have been J.R. Ashmead. Is that correct?
Yes, it was.
So you guys, former teammates, I don't know how close you were necessarily, but what was that like playing, somebody that you had spent at least a season or so with down in Calgary and then going to war on 4 consecutive weekends in the Alberta Junior League?
It was kind of cool, like to see a guy I played with last year and see where we match up and go at him go against him 8 straight times. So it was good to kind of see how we both stack up and where we're at now.
Interesting comment that is. And given that it's been such a bizarre season, right from the fall, and this is your rookie junior hockey league season, how are you finding the experience as far as what you have been able to do and sort of trying to develop your game still while not necessarily having access to all the same resources that teams in the past may have?
Well, considering the circumstances, I think the league and our teams especially has done a very good job so far. Like I had nothing bad to say. Like throughout this year, it's been pretty crazy through everything, like coming in August, getting shut down in November, having 3 months off now, coming back to finish off our season. It's been pretty crazy, but I think overall my experience has been pretty good.
How are you finding the room on this first year? Is it you guys are probably spending quite a bit of time together right now when you can and training and that sort of thing. And, what's the bond like in a unique year like this?
It's definitely pretty good. I think this is definitely one of the closest teams I've played on, and we just continue to get closer every day through the bus rides and everything like that. And we're always spending time together where it's COVID testing or anything like that. So we're just keep on getting closer. And I think the closer we get, the better we're going to do as a team. So
Couple more opportunities coming up in this next cohort, which will feature, fortunately for you guys, a couple of different teams. You'll see Camrose first, sounds like Grand Prairie, and then Fort McMurray as well. So that opens up to a little bit more like a regular season. What do you have in mind now that you're on the board and you've got that first career goal as far as your personal, what you want to achieve by the time the season ends? Peel back the curtain a little bit on what some of your own goals are, if you can.
Well, after that first goal, that was big to get that out of the way. But now I'm hoping by season's end, I can maybe get a few more. Like I'm hoping for at least 5 or so by the end of the season, and then start adding a couple assists and just keep that play up and good, and excited for this next cohort.
And lastly, a lot of the defensemen that have come through this program in the last 5 years have a lot of praise for Jeff Woywitka and how, he's helped develop them. And I'd like to get a thought from you as well on that front. We haven't heard too much about Jeff this season, but getting to chat with one of his defensemen right here, I think it's a good opportunity for you to be able to explain just what somebody with that kind of experience means to your own development.
Oh yeah, he's a great coach to have. Since I've got here, I've changed my game so much, developed it crazy amount, and I couldn't be in a better place to develop my game than here. He's an amazing coach on the back end. Love to have him.